Welcome to Beyond Protocol Tutorials by Deveroes. In this tutorial, I will be showing you how to play with the Armor Designer and how to make both smaller hull usage armors and large hull plates. These are very useful for large structures such as facilities, space stations, and large ships. Okay, we're going to work on our armor a little bit here, and I'm going to show you some different plate sizes you can work with and give you a little bit better idea how exactly the armor works. Now, if you come here into our armors, we can see that we have our armor designed here from before. And we're good. Now, the way that we have this set up is with it uses 3 hull, gives you 90 HP, and only uses 1 of each mineral. Now, if you want for fighters, if you want to squeeze in just a little bit more, you can always set this to a 1:30 ratio, just like this. Just gotta play with your here we go, come on. And there it is. But because you're only getting 30 HP for every 3 alloys, that means you're going to use 3 times as much minerals and alloy in order to make this plate hull. Now, let's say you want to make a larger plate. Let's stay in the same ratio, and instead of using 390, you can do it as simply as adding an extra 0 as long as you stayed at that 1:30 ratio. But now you see here that you can't get the get your minerals below 15. So you can bump those up to using 15 minerals. So if you go above the 390 setup I've shown you before, that means you're going to be using 3 times as many minerals for the 1:30. If you use 390, you're going to be using 1 mineral per plate, which is 3 minerals. And then for this one, you're going to be using 50% more. With this, because we increased it by a factor of 10, you would think that we'd go up 10 minerals, but no, we went up 15 minerals. Now let's say you want to try something a little bit more. Let's say you don't like taking up 3 hull to 90 hull, and you want a more round or even number. What we can do is instead of using 30 hull, we'll use 10 hull, and multiply the 10 times 30. That should give us that, and let's go down here, and I seem to have run into a snag. Alright, now as you can see here, instead of using 3 hull, I'm using 10 hull and getting 300 hit points per hull usage. That's the whole ratio here, is 1 to 30 armor is a 1 to 30 ratio. 1 to 30 there's a 1 to 30 plate size, there's a 3 to 90 plate size, and then you can go up anywhere from there as long as you're using a 1 to 30 ratio. It's as simple as that when creating your plate sizes, but remember that anytime you go over the 390 plate ratio, plate hull size, you're going to be using more minerals. Now if you look at this, we're using 15 minerals, so I'm just going to start here. 15 minerals for 300 HP. However, as you can see here, if I bump this up to 11, I'm able to get 330 hit points per 15 minerals. So they might not be as nice or neat in their numbers, but none of these hulls are. This will make it easier, and one of the nice parts about making the larger size hulls is even though they take 50% more mineral, when it comes to transporting them, say you want to put 1,000,000 HP on a building, you would have to carry a lot of armor. But if you make, say, a 1,000,000 size plate, you'd only have to carry that one plate. Now, I don't recommend just using one plate. I recommend using multiple plates because if you get damaged and it takes down your hit points a bit, you have to use an entire plate to replace the whole thing. And if it's only 25% damaged, you don't want to use an entire plate to fix 25% damage. So set it up to where you can use like 3 or 4 plates. That way you would only need to use 3 or 4 plates, and it makes everything so much easier. I'll get into that a little bit more, but this is just something I wanted to show you real quick with how the alloy designer calculates its hull to HP and mineral usage.